coming to West Africa, Liberia. It has agreed to accept up to 1,200 deportees from the United States. None of those people are actually from Liberia. They are from other African countries, from the Americas, from the Caribbean, and they are being deported to Liberia, where it is believed that they have said that these people will have the opportunity to apply for asylum within Liberia or indeed move on to other countries. Liberia have also made clear that this is not a quid pro quo situation with the United States. Donald Trump, as we know, has been dumping many third-party deportees on the African continent, and Liberia is now the latest list of countries on the African continent to accept with welcome arms these deportees coming into their country. We have heard from their Minister of Information, who shed a bit more light on this subject. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Liberia intends to accept up to 1,200 persons to be transferred from the United States of America within a year. The persons to be transferred to Liberia are third country nationals, some of whom may wish to seek asylum in Liberia. Honor the agreement or arrangement. Those to be transferred from the United States of America to Liberia will include all nationals of African and Western Hemisphere countries who are medically authorized to travel.
So interesting times ahead, where we're looking at Trump's relationship with the African continent, especially where third-party deportations are concerned. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, I mean, Femi, I don't know, but what's the deal in it for Liberia? How much are they getting? Because
they said it's humanitarian.
No.
That's what they said.
Or is it because Trump said his English is very good? The president of Liberia's English is very good. There must be something they are getting. When the UK wanted to bring people to Rwanda, it was paid for, right?
They support projects and infrastructure projects.
It was paid for.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Nothing
in other cases, it's going to be paid for. So Liberia, that is already a poor country, just wants to do it for free.
Yeah.
Is it because of the former American heritage they have?
Well, they're making it clear. It might not be for free, but they're saying that it's humanitarian. They've also made clear that there's no quid pro quo between the two of them.
There's nothing humanitarian about it. Are there Liberians there?
Where? None of the 1,200 are Liberians, but there are some Africans.
I mean,
and they have said that if they choose to stay in Liberia, they can do so.
People... See, Liberia did not choose that scientists should come to them. They didn't choose that intellectuals should come to them. It's criminals. And they say if they choose. Why is there always bad things Africa used to attract? At least we heard the one from Ghana. They were some of our West African brothers, and that's why they collected them and they dispersed them immediately back here. So you choose to get the hardened of the hardened criminals, and you say they choose to stay here, and you're telling me that there's nothing involved. They should investigate too. They should. I don't think there's something.
All right,
that
there is something.
Okay,
nothing goes for nothing. Al Jazeera reports that the US has committed $124 million to health infrastructure in Liberia. They also negotiated a visa deal last year that rather than 12 months, they extended to 36 months.
Quid pro quo.
36 months visa extension. There's something in it for Liberia. There's no country that is altruistic to the extent that you're taking back returnees. When your country itself has high unemployment rates, you have infrastructural challenges. Your annual refugee intake as a country normally is about 1,169, not up to the 1,200 in one fell swoop from the United States. It's not humanitarian alone. And I do think, going back to Rufai's point, that it's quite unfortunate that deals like this are entered into by African countries like this for gain. What they couch it under is that, we're going to support the process by contributing money because we know that there'll be administrative costs into having these extra people in your country. It is money. The worst part of it, okay, let's assume that they've weighed the options and this is a gain for the countries, and oftentimes the money is not even spent for what it's supposed to be used for. If you look at the history, there will be no transparency, corruption will erode the benefits, and the people themselves who would have to live with the reality of scarce resources even becoming more scarce because more people are going for those scarce resources will not even benefit directly from it. So it's, I mean, there are laws, there are suits, lawsuits in the United States and in Liberia against this. Liberia, in terms of the legal part of it, is signed to the UN Convention of Refugees. So there are certain criteria that they must meet to ensure that these refugees will be well looked after and that they have the capacity to look after them and give them dignity of life. Can Liberia meet that threshold? That is the big question. There's no African country that the people themselves have not protested this, but the leaders have taken the decision to take whatever it is that Washington is giving them in exchange for accepting these deportees.
You are right. They are getting something to even help them strengthen their migration system. However, the issues we have seen in other countries in Africa about human rights, nobody in Liberia has raised those issues. Maybe those issues will still come to the fore and more details will be provided. But we still congratulate or thank Nigeria for refusing.
What I saw today, the picture from Buchanan, and I'm forced to say it today, you know, I have to express my frustration. I did nothing wrong, Senator. I only talk about drugs issue, and ELBC, the state-owned broadcaster, was used for hours to bring insult on me, on my personality, on my persons. Insulted me. Mr. Christopher Nugudu left from there and mentioned my mother, my 91-year-old mother. If there's next to God, the person I cherish is that my mother. She had nothing to do with my politics. Nothing. You go on Facebook, mention my mom's name. The president, President Boykai, he called me directly. I was surprised when I saw the call. And said, I'm calling you to express regret, to apologize on behalf of my official for mentioning your mother. Should have never done that to you. The vice president called me and said action will be taken for mentioning your mother. Today, the closest person that walked in the screen Buchanan today to the president was Mr. Christopher Nugudu. Nugudu or whatever, is a Nigerian name, I don't know how to pronounce it, for insulting my mother. And then somebody tell me that we're really serious to fight these drugs. Gentlemen, this is waste of time. This is a complete waste of time. We can talk all we want to talk, we can do what we want to do, but I think that we can just do it as intellectual exercise. But until this investigation is turned over to an independent investigation and some hair begin to roll, if the president get up tomorrow morning and start suspending people from hierarchy in the security apparatus and opening the investigation, things will change. But Senator
Snow,
let's go to intellectual exercise.
I think President Boykai and I had a better relationship when I was vice president than we have now.
Why?
Well, the office of the presidency is not just something you can just enter anyhow. You know, you have to come and be invited. I haven't yet had an opportunity until my son died, when his nephew died, and he came to say that he was sorry. But before then, I hadn't been able to meet him. I've asked for an appointment. I hadn't gotten one. They keep switching it back and forth. But I think the relationship between us when I was vice president and when he was vice president, because working in the Senate, I was a member of the Ways and Means Committee.
You were in office then?
I was a member of the Ways and Means Committee, and you know you had to always consult the vice president. So we had a very good relationship when he was vice president. And when I became vice president, I know I visited him several times to consult him. But right now it's like there's a family relationship, but there's no personal relationship, I don't think.
When you have you heard a lot of people say the relationship between he and your former boss, former President Weah, is not good? Have you heard that? Do you believe that?
I can only speak for me. I know how it is with me, so I'm not sure what his relationship is with President Weah. I don't think the way President Weah treated him as president, because I know he visited him several times, him and his wife. President Weah and the First Lady visited with him several times when we were in power. So did I. I don't know if he's been to visit him or if he's asked them to come and visit him. I don't know. And it would be wrong for me to assume something that I'm not clear of. But I don't think there's also a relationship at that level.
Have you heard people say you did not do much to reconcile the country? You, the government, not Taylor, not Senate, not Vice President Taylor.
And that's an issue. I think the crux of the problem we're having, even if you look at the noise in the media, you realize that the country is not reconciled. The country is divided into two blocks, and people are standing in their position. There are a few people shifting back and forth. I think this divide will get clearer as we go towards 2029. But I think the country is not reconciled, and I think any government that is in power, any government that intends to come to power, has to consider that as a real serious agenda. How do we behave as, and that is the responsibility of government mostly, how do we behave in ways that allows people to forget the past and be a part of what is happening? You know, when someone gets elected in the United States, for example, you become president for all, regardless of who voted Republican or who voted Democrat. You must be the president for everyone. And so I think I'm praying that we'll get a chance to get to that level where it doesn't matter who you are. I would like to say, without fear or favor, that I think, President, we have reached out to the opposition when we were in power. There were a lot of people who have said a lot of things who ended up coming to help. It doesn't seem that way now. It seems like the divide is actually real. But I hope they still have some time to kind of fix that, because I think the reconciliation process begins at the top. I think a lot of people have been laid off. And I'll be clear to say, when we took over, President, we were clear. You know, he's a people person now. And he told all of us, do not lay off anybody. Those people are Liberians. And perhaps some of them voted for us. We would not have won overwhelmingly as we did if, you know, some of the regular people didn't say, like, give him a chance. So who you know who voted for you and who didn't? When I became vice president, I had the turning over notes with then former vice president Boyka, and the entire office of the vice president was left intact. The 30 people I brought on board, I had to go and look for money at the finance ministry for them to add to my budget. Because who are we going to lay off? People from Lofa, people from Bong? I mean, it didn't make any sense to me. However, when I left, almost all of the people who were there had been laid off. Some of them were civil servants. They've taken their case to the civil service place and nothing is happening. They're just dragging them back and forth. I believe civil servants should be protected. And this is what George Weah's message was. You meet civil servants in those places, leave them where they are. You got a chance to bring in some people at your level, you know, appointed people you're discussing and see who's working where, but make sure those people remain in place. So we didn't lay off people. So this is what is happening now. There are a lot of people also being laid off. So
when you went to Bong and after the elections and said they should give your time because this was your time, they had their time to rule. What did that mean? Didn't that mean that you were laying out people? You wanted to lay off people?
Appointed people. Again, the government has an opportunity to bring in their own appointed people, which is a very small amount of persons when you look at the whole structure of government. The larger structure of government are civil servants. So the percentage, and we need to check and see what is the percentage of those who are appointed as opposed to the balance of the people that maybe a 10% or 90%. And I'm just saying I haven't checked, you know. But when you look at the percentage of people that remain in government, in fact, some of the United Party ministers remain in our government. 4 or 5 ministers came from the United Party, stayed in place, ministries, agencies, everything stayed where they were. At one point, the party started to complain, where are our only jobs? So if you have United Party people in place in these major ministries and agencies that are not being moved, how do we get jobs? That was also an issue with us.
What is there any assessment of the Boakai government that we can hear from your perspective?
And Clarence, you know, there are many challenges. And let's look at the challenges. The drug challenge. And I think all of us are disappointed with the way it's being handled. You saw what happened to Bobby Raw. You saw what happened to Peachability. And I was saying to someone the other day, they need to release Peachability. You are buying your own marijuana, smoking it, even though it's wrong. I've been part of the Say No to Drugs campaign a couple of years ago. And I always say at the end of my presentation, if you are wise, don't start. because that is such a demonic thing that once you started, most children are unable to bring yourself back, and you can drag yourself into where many of our young people are. I don't think any family is void of this drug thing. Across the board, you will find out the devil doesn't take useless things anyway. He takes the best and the brightest. So all of the best and brightest in our families are affected somehow. My own son had a drug problem for many years. I had to take him all the way to Ghana, get him through the rehab program before he came to himself. And so it's a really serious problem when you're having such a huge consignment of cocaine, Leonard. Nobody knows where it came from, how it got here, how it was being shipped. And I think the government needs to do a little bit more in terms of letting the public know where we are and getting this solved. It just not, and this is at the highest level, so you can imagine what's happening at the lower level. People bringing drugs. Our borders are very porous. People walking across the borders. They said there are some places in our country that the drug people have taken control. They bring their boats, their drug back boats. Nobody can tell them what to do. So it's a real serious problem. How do we handle it? And I know
every critical issue in the country becomes offensive to the government. Everything, once you're critical, even if it's for their own good, once you're critical, it becomes offensive. Now, don't forget, let's go back one. When we reported in the ECOWAS Parliament on the situation in the House of Representatives during the issue of Furanti Kofa, it was a crime. The whole government machinery, Ministry of Information as usual, they mounted a platform and they went after Edwin Snow and not even the delegation. They act like Edwin Snow is the only member of the delegation, came after me. When we reported on the usage of the presidential lounge at airport with former President George Weah, it became offensive, it became a crime to the government. Now, I didn't have any problem with the issue of the border not being in the report because the government have not given us a clear position on this border. So Edwin Snow, now as head of delegation, had read a report yesterday and speak of the border. Whatever I have said that is not in line with the Unity Party government, it would have been a crime. And the government has failed to realize that at the ECOWAS Parliament, there's room for opposition. At the ECOWAS Parliament, there's room for ruling party. At the ECOWAS Parliament,
the director of NSA collect all the drugs and keep it. That today they want to say how government brought drugs. They talk about, just the other day, they talk about 100 million worth of drugs that came to Liberia. Liberian people in a simple English. When that drugs, we heard that a team, the first thing I did as the president of the Republic of Liberia, I made sure that I asked the team, found out if it was true. Yes, it was true. When they confiscated the drugs, and I'm talking it, they said, Megan, talk about, I got to talk it. Because nobody's going to label us that we don't want to put drugs in the country. The security got the drugs. They want to keep it for 24 hours to get to me. And luckily for me, I was on the phone with the defense minister. And I said to him, if you get the drugs, you'll go burn it the next day. I involved the American embassy and all our international partners to take that drugs to the barracks. The journalists here, they know it's on record. They get video for it. But people have to be honest. Some people are not honest. And they know when they go talk about drugs, they get it on videos. When they burn that drugs in the barracks. So how we allow drugs to come to our country? When I was young in Gibraltar, in the ghetto, anybody that in my generation know 10-10 used to come in our era. Is to never 10-10 coming? You had government before. So we know that the drugs issue is our own family that bringing the drugs. So we're doing everything to make sure anybody brings drugs. The immigration working every day. And our responsibility for all of us to do that well. And we're doing very well. We're doing very well in confiscating the drugs that come in to our society. It's an everyday business. We have record. So now I fool you. Talk about job we are bring push. I'm not a push smoker. You understand? I don't even know the call push. My whole day is I know that tabella. If you ask me the type of football, Adidas football, Puma, or I can name all. If you ask me for draw, I can name it. So don't let them fool you. And I want to say to the young people, But it's not a good thing.
Well, let me say a pleasant good morning and a warm welcome to your program, Talk About It on Kings 88.5. On Talk About It, we discuss issues of national concern. We bring them on the table, and therefore you back in Radio Land, the time to be a part of the program by putting forth your comment, your suggestions and recommendations, the way forward on how best we can move our country, Mama Liberia. We disagree though, but we found a common ground and forced ahead as a people. Please be my guest on this 26th day of April. On this 26th day of August, I want to put it in here, 2026. And today is Wednesday. My name is Israel, where we are here. But let's take a gist of our theme song. Come back, of course, we talk about Liberia. Well, thank you so kindly. Thank you so much. Let me say a pleasant good morning to the peace-loving, wonderful, and resilient people of our dear country, Mama Liberia, across the 15 sub-political division of the Republic of Liberia. Greet you with clarity and extension. Those of you across Montserrat County within the 17 electoral districts, I'd like to say good morning to you folks. Those of you across the country, let me say good morning to you. If you're following the show this morning, that radio through Buta Radio 102.3, I think D3 Radio, Buta Radio 102.3, it's in Sino County. They are relaying the show, and from what I see on my screen here, D3 Radio FM and TV is relaying the show from Sino County Electoral District number 3. All right, so D3 Radio is relaying the show. Buta Radio is also doing the same. And we want to say a pleasant good morning to all of you wonderful people across the world. Those of you that are following us in the diaspora, we want to say good morning to all of you folks. We want to thank God for all of you. If you're celebrating your birthday, I'd like to say happy birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to Mother Dagwe. Yeah, you there in Looking Town, you celebrated your birthday. And we want to say happy belated birthday to you. And we join all of the children there, Titi Dagwe, one copy, and the rest of the folks. We want to say happy belated birthday to you. You live long. You see all your great-grandchildren. And all of you celebrating your birthday. We'd like to say, Patricia, too, you celebrated your birthday on the 24th. You're there in Broadway, around the Watusi area. Want to say happy birthday. And all of you celebrating birthdays today, wedding anniversary, congratulations. We also want to say, those of you that are bereaved, our DPS sympathy and condolences. The general station manager of Radio Bush of Rare Communications Incorporated, Anthony Abraham Garson William. He lost his father's uncle William, and I want to say our sympathy for your loss. So we want to say welcome to all of you that are joining us. Share the show with all of your friends, your group. Frederick Okono, therefore, you in the Baptist Seminary Cotton Tree area. Bombo Momotuma, you following from Koba City, Kolahun District, Lofa County. Charles Weah, you following from Jacob Town. Josh Johnson, you following from Douala. Quillen N. Banks, you following from Moton Conan Road, Broadway. Vamuya Conspicuous Ian, you following from Sherivia, Gardner's Way. Emmanuel G. Davis, you following from Tusafi, Twe, Bestman, you following from Upper Carwell. James Lamy, you following from Jamo Kambokondre Sano Kamfe. Amara Jala Kamara, you following from Brazos as usual. And always like to greet the peace-loving people of Salaye District. Cecilia Logan, how are you, my dear sister? Like I said, D3 Radio FM and TV in Sano County Electoral District 3 is relaying the show. Honorable Papi Sosas Keita, thank you for following. Christopher Sharp, you following from your Fender community, Joson Road. Big Brother Peric Slubber, you following from New Jersey, USA, Asata and Miller. You following from Soul Clinic Community, Princess L. Peters. You also following this morning, and Prince Zion, you following from Marshall Road, Lower Maigibi County. Romeo Omio Colley, you following Sebastian George, my own song, you following from Effie Lakbasi. Jian Jekpa, you following from Minnesota, USA. Mataling Ze Duan, you following from your Broadway resident, Muffley Sissy. You following from Fargo, North Dakota, the original Konji Kongula. Titi Datiwa Worth, you're following Sylvester and Restoration Senior, you also following. And so we want to say good morning. Welcome to all of you this morning that are following us on the program Talk About It on Kings 88.5. Rati Bleedy, you following from the Philippines. James Leby, you following from Saniquillit, Nimba County. Jeremiah Collet, you following from Greenville, Sino County. And every one of you that are following, we want to say good morning. Those of you that are following us on YouTube, we also want to say good morning to you all. And thank you for following on the program Talk About It. It is a great time. It's a great privilege for us to be here again, for us to talk. And talk to our people. Emmanuel B. Roberts, you find from Kakata City. Very good time for us to talk about Liberia. Lots of things are happening in our country. And everybody is talking. Everybody talking. everybody raising the issue, the red flag. Every one of us remain engaged. Liberia is our country. Liberia is for all of us. Like for some of us, we always proud to be called a Liberian citizen. Always excited. Like how others will celebrate their nationalities in their countries, are always happy to be called a Liberian. And what we all look for is for our country to develop. For Liberia to be on path with the community of nations. For jobs, opportunity to be created. For our people to have access to power-borne water, safe power-borne water, electricity, good health system, good health delivery system, good roads, good streets. To see our city clean on a daily basis with good sanitary conditions. Our borders are protected by the immigration. Every one of us want to see good things for Liberia. Every one of us. It is our prayer that, look, Liberia gets better. When you see our people talking the way they are talking, they're not talking because they hate their country. No. They're not talking because they don't like Liberia. No. They're not saying it because they are not from Liberia. They love their country. Many Liberians are out there. They were privileged. Things were happening for the good. When I was walking, there were many Liberians that were privileged to travel. Some went out there for greener pastures. Some went out there for other opportunities. And they were privileged to have lived in other people's country, worked there, lived there. Some of them, they were able to bring forth children. Some of them got married there. Some of them got grounded. They are into the economy of that country. They are investing. They are doing business. They are involved with the economy of that country. They have not abandoned their country, Liberia. So some of them have come back home and said, we can build our country. Some of them are there. They are heavily investing in Liberia. Everybody want to see the good of our country. Today that people talking, and they are talking, it's because people want to see the good things happen for Liberia. All these fights, all the noise, all that our people are talking today is because we want Liberia to get better. But Liberia will not get better when we are not sincere, when we are not honest to the process. Liberia will not get better when we are doing selective justice. Liberia will not get better when we think that one group of people should be held liable. I can say to anybody, United Party that you see here, these guys are crafty. United Party know how to turn things around and pull it on your head. That's the United Party you see there. They know how to turn things around. They know how to flip the pages. They know how to maneuver their way through. They know how to push their politics and their politics. They know it. That's the United Party you see. They believed in, a propaganda that is so bad, it's so deadly that they will push against you. But one thing I can say, Liberians, President Bouaka is an elderly man. Kotuma Bouaka is an elderly person. Whatever they are doing to this country, I think they are doing it for the good of the Liberian people, for the good of the future generation, for the good of their children and their grandchildren, for the peace of this country, they will do it with honesty. They will do it with sincerity. They will not do it grudgingly. No, they will not do it with a selective mindset. And nobody think that you will go for something and you will turn the Liberian people around to leave the real issue. Liberians don't believe the real issue. Today, if you see some of the African leaders are not happy with the manner and form in which Joseph Human Baka government handled the issue of the former vice president. They are not saying it because they want to. There are many African countries that are sophisticated than us. What kind of sophistication we get here? Eh? What kind of sophistication? Most of the African countries got intelligence in Liberia. Show us where we got intelligence. But most of the African countries got intelligence, like Rwanda. Rwanda has so much intelligence in Liberia. Why do you think these African leaders are raising the work flag? The president of Rwanda, the president of Ghana, the president of Cote d'Ivoire. Why these people are concerned? Why are they saying the manner and form in which Joseph Human Baka got ahead with the issue of Madam Joy Howard Taylor? Yes, it's not bad, but it is not rightfully done. And the reason why they are doing it because they want to prove something. They want to shift the blame. They want to look for scapegoat. They want to look for who they will put the burden on. And this African leader go and do their intelligence, but even Joy Howard Taylor, they want tie around this thing here. Our intelligence have not connected the woman to anything. Our networking, with the kind of connection we get around Africa, with the intelligence, we have not heard the name Joy Howard Taylor connected. But because Joseph Baka and his people want to prove something to the Liberian people. Now, if you say you want to, the Americans are involved in this thing, and so, we got to do it the way we want to do it. If the Americans are involved, and you want to please the American, why are you not bringing the other people that are involved to talk? And that is where the Liberian people have issue with Joe Baka. That Joseph Baka is not a sincere president. He's not a realist. President Baka is not a realist. He's not a serious minded president that want to see Liberia develop. Because you can't be a leader and you are a leader that will select certain group of people and leave certain group of people and go after certain group of people. They wanted to disgrace Madam Taylor. The manner and form in which she was arrested, it has shown to the world that it is a witch hunt. She was showing no respect. The very office that Joseph Baka sits in as president, he did himself desecrating the office. Joe Baka is a seated president. He's desecrating the presidency. Joe Baka is saying to us, what this guy? I'm coming. I'm coming, class. I want to see the monitor to be on, so the colors, when they call, you'll be able to hear them. Can you? Is a way to convert it into charge? I'm coming. I'm trying to see if I can get, because you were complaining on the colors that they were low. You're not hearing them, so I want to get that thing connected again. It's going low. Why do you think these African leaders are concerned? Why are they? Because the vice presidency is part of the presidency. So a president, Joseph Baka, would sit there, and as a sitting president, and you desecrating the very office that you are in, it's worrisome. Joy Howard Taylor has a EPS detail, security detail that you have signed with her. Is it there? Sorry, us. I want to call us to be heard. So when they're talking, because some of you like to listen to them. Oh man, my behavior too. So you see, for me, my own concern, my own issue with Joseph Boakai and his Unity Party folks, they won't shift the blame on CDC people, and that's not the right thing to do. They want to shift the blame on the CDC people. If Madam Taylor, you said she's involved, so a guy was asking me, he said, hey, officer, they catch Madam Taylor with drugs, they catch drugs in your car, or they caught drugs in your house. I said, no. He said, Then why everybody running around the place? Why Taylor her in drugs business? She in drugs business. And they want to shift that blame. No respect for the presidency. The very seat that Joseph Boakai sat in as a president, you didn't say don't respect the seat. That respect, that's not there. That respect that should be shown to that presidency, that sacred office, is not been shown by Joe Boakai. Why the vice president have done so much to Joe Boakai? Is that something that she said? Is it because Joe Howard Taylor went back to Bond County and reconciled with her people and were clear to say, let's see the development of the Unity Party as compared to that of what CDC have done in Bond County, and she started to point finger to development of the CDC. Why did the man have done so much to Joe Boakai that he and his folks will not think that they can damage the high-end character of this woman, and that they want to prove something? What they want to prove? When a cartel, when Colombians, when cartels, when the group from Colombia are talking about their drugs to return, and they are mentioning the name of the president's son, tie him to the cocaine cartel. Till now, we can't hear anything. When it comes to them, no, it is the law is not the law. When it comes to the opposition, the law is the law. Don't make these people to make you think stupid. No, the Unity Party folks are only buying time, and they want to share blame from the real issue. All the revelations and evidence that have been provided against the police director, against the justice minister, why are they refusing it? Are they refusing it? Evidence? Oh, you go, you read, they get a woman 10,000, they get a woman 300,000, they get her 400,000. Are those the evidence that you want to use? And they make our people to think that, yeah, Joseph Boakai working. And now they want you to believe. They want to take your mind from the real issues. You think they like when people stupid? No. What happened to the Guinea like Rob Boda? No report. The damn Dumuya record and you hear noise again. What happened to the $10 million home that Joseph Boakai paid? And they want to run with Joel Howard Taylor issue and let us to abandon everything. If you say the law is the law, why the law is not taking close with other people? Why the law is not affecting Biago? Where is Biago? Where is King? Where are those people? Where are those people, Liberians? Look, we got to be sincere. We got to be honest to ourselves. We got to be sincere. If President Boakai is serious to fight the issue about drugs, Joseph Human Boakai and his people will not be pretending. Stop losing Joel Howard Taylor. Joel Howard Taylor issue is not the issue. All the things you're running, you know what they're doing? They throw all their picking in. You go on Facebook, you just put it there for Joel. You put it there as distraction. We will get it off. We will do this. We will create this. So what happened to your own people? Oh, when it comes to the opposition, then the law is the law. But when it comes to, you say the president, how can the president dismiss somebody who is involved into drugs? And that crime alone, if you allow that person to go with impunity, Now, if you want to tie Joel Howard Taylor around whatever Bazui or Bazua or whoever you want to tie, yeah, people calling the police director name. Somebody took $10,000 and say, I gave 10. He gave me 2. He took 8. That alone is clear evidence. Why are you not holding him? You're not holding them. Because the law is not the law for them, but the law is the law for opposition. The law is the law for former officials of the CDC government. Because Joe Baka want to prove something. And I'm hearing them saying the Americans are in this. The Americans are not in it. The Americans in what? American in what? Today, they took our country, they bring in 1,200 criminals to come and be in Liberia. So that we collect all the 1,000 criminals and put them in the police, put them in the immigration, put them in the military, put them on the other side, put them to the border, so that election that they will do all kinds of nonsense. Liberia that is already struggling because they want small money. Joe Baka said, if it means I will dance with the devil, let me dance with the devil. Whatever the devil can give to me, I will take. When country like Nigeria, Ghana, like Nigeria, then rejecting it, Nigeria said no. We already got people here that are difficult to handle. They will come and take people from America to bring them to Nigeria. Our population already huge. But Joseph Baka said, no, we want them. And the money you will give up. Now they deny how they receive $5 million. In fact, they say more. You agree for deportees, criminals, to come to our country so that you put them in the police, you put them in the military, you put them in the immigration ahead of 2029. So you open room to accept them. Then you make it look that foreign security you got. We know all the tricks. But that alone is not going to help. The real thing here in Liberians, we should be sincere to ourselves. Joseph Baka is not sincere in this fight. President Baka is not sincere. Ask the United Party folks, where are those people? When the $19 million drug started, where are those people the government arrested? Where are those people that were attached to the $19 million? Where are they? Are they in custody? Are they in jail? Are they outside the country? Where are they? How can you dismiss somebody who is involved into something that is damaging the image of the country and you allow them to go sit down home under the pretense that you dismiss them, you suspend them? They are not in jail. They admitted that we brought the money. I hand the money over. They have gone scot-free. But somebody mentioned me the name of Joel Howard Taylor. Oh, he said, yeah, Joel Howard Taylor traveled to America to go sit down with Cokie, with cartel. To say, I agree with you. You can't do business in our country. Let's bring drugs. Because the United Party want to prove something. They got the evidence against Madam Taylor. Listen to me. You're just fooling yourself. All these things are just fake lies. They are fake. They are fake. You know, I love the momentum of Madam Taylor. When she was leaving the court, she didn't pity herself. She didn't make her face to look pitiable. No, she kept the face. She was strong. You could see her physical morphology that somebody was strong. Listen to me. Madam Taylor have gone through the terrible things of life. Madam Taylor have experienced life. She went through difficulties. Not now. So there is nothing that will break that woman down. You will not break her down, Joe Baka. You will not kill her. You will not break her down. You will not kill her. No matter what you do, you can't break Madam Taylor down. Nobody. The United and I am a mentor can say that Joseph Baka jailed Taylor. Nobody. That Joe Baka. Nobody carry Madam Taylor, say Madam Taylor. That Joseph Human Baka. The president of Liberia, Joe Baka, is the one that said they should jail Madam Taylor. How, Israel? How? Oh. Joe Baka is a seated president. Joseph Baka was a former vice president. He was treated. Madam Taylor didn't dismiss it. 30 people he left in the office. Madam Taylor tolerated them. She allowed them to work in her office. They were working under Joseph Baka. When their term finished, Madam Taylor came as vice president. She respected the decision to keep Joseph Baka people, his staff force. She kept them in her office. 30 plus. Madam Taylor got to go outside to look for money so as to accommodate the other people that she brought in her office. Madam Taylor respected the office of vice president. Madam Taylor, they didn't desecrate that office because you know it is tied to the presidency. There is no way that you can divorce the presidency from the vice presidency, because if something happens to the president, the vice president might take over. Madam Taylor respected that office. Joseph Baka was treated. They cannot way that the CDC government treated Joseph Baka as vice president. I didn't see it from them. Joseph Baka was using the VIP lounge. Joseph Baka was called every time he was visited. They provided whatever necessary for him, because people thought that this vice president position, we got to add value to it. That Joseph Baka come to power, and you are telling me that he's not aware that Joel Howard Taylor is the immediate former vice president? If there are issues, the manner and form in which they can respond to the opposition, if they how they respond to the United Party people, no. Joseph Baka cannot break Taylor down. Joe Baka cannot break Madam Taylor. Let me tell you, it is on Joseph Baka instruction. You disgrace her. You belittle her. Because you see, the man served as vice president for 12 years. He was treated, he was respected. How can they say that? Who is a president today? And somebody who served in that capacity that he served for 12 years. Because they are vocal. Because the woman told the Bond County people that CDC, under George Weah and myself, we did a remarkable job in Bond County as compared to Unity Party. There are several tangibilities of the CDC in Bond County as compared to Unity Party. Joel went back to our people. Whatever disagreement the Bongis had with Madam Taylor, she sat with them. They reconciled because Joe Baka thought that Moi able to keep that extension in terms of division so that it would be a political dividend for them come 2029. Madam Taylor went back and said, I will reconcile with my people. Whatever went wrong, let bygone be bygone. And the people of Bond County celebrate Madam Taylor. She's their daughter. Joseph Baka is not happy that Madam Taylor will come on the radio and be telling people how CDC have done. What did United Party do in Bond County? Nothing. But when you point so, you can see CDC work. You look so, it didn't go down with. Let me tell you, the old man is an old man who don't take side with people. It is on Joseph Baka instruction that they should disgrace Madam Taylor. Don't ask me why are you saying it. It is on her instruction. On his instruction, excuse me. Because they call him, he's aware. Now, how can the president say they're both doing their job? What were the people doing? It's a woman who had an EPS detail. She had security with her. In fact, in the vehicle, you could hear Madam Taylor talking to Gregor Como. Why are people acting like this? Why are they so rude? Why are they so arrogant? We fight a war? The car? You got drugs in my car? If you saw how these people show so much disrespect to that woman, Joseph Baka, President Baka, he doesn't think about the future. Joseph Baka don't even know that he got children. Baka don't even know that he got family. That's what I want to believe. Joe Baka, he alone was bred. He alone, yeah, and when you go, you will go alone. He has no family. He don't care whether he even has a wife, Kotuma Baka. That is how the president thinks and peace. And he's a don't care president. I don't care whether my children will be here. I don't care whether Kotuma Baka. I will do what I'm supposed to do. When my time reach to go, I will go. They are on their own. That disgrace, that how the belittled that woman, it was because Joseph Baka that proves it. He endorsed it. He agreed that you're disgraceful. And you go Bond County, you go top. You're disgraceful. You're disgraceful. You're belittled. In fact, you're my shotgun to a car. What is the woman have come down? You know what the boss who have fired, shot at Joel Howard Taylor? How can you point a gun at an immediate vice president who has a security detail from the same EPS with syringes carrying her, and you send police officer and they are in firing position pointed at the woman's vehicle? What's the plan to kill her? President Baka knows about it. That old man, there is nothing you will see happen that he will not approve. He approved that thing. Because Joe Baka was once a former vice president. He was treated by the CDC. We have told that man so much respect. They treated Joseph Baka with so much respect. Baka will use the VIP lounge to travel. Joseph Baka, you can break Joel Howard Taylor's spirit. Joel have gone through a lot in this country. Joel have gone through a lot. That woman have gone through a lot in this country. And if she can still be alive, it's because God kept her for a reason. And she was ever strong and remain strong. Joseph Baka and the United Party folks can never break down the spirit of Joel Howard Taylor. Never. Never. It is the United Party and Joseph Baka that choose to jail Joel Howard Taylor. Because they want to prove something. Joel Baka is not happy with her. Her actions, her speeches, the way she responds to things in Bond County, it's not going down well with the old man. So Baka thinks that we can disgrace her. And I see is a donkey director who is not even telling what happened to the project in Bapolu. We break down now. No power-borne water there. Up to now, the city don't get water. He passing all around, putting a mouth in politics. He's not involved. He's just passing, lying around. You know, look, nobody can break the spirit of Madam Joel Howard Taylor. Joseph Baka and his government are not sincere to fight drugs. They are just witch hunting people. Everything you see them doing, and you see how they're pressing right now. Let me tell you, one of the men in Joseph Baka government that can talk to anybody, whether senator, representative, ambassador, minister, that Gregory Como. Gregory Como can cross any of Joseph Baka official, any advisor. Nobody can do Gregory anything because Baka knows exactly why he's doing what he's doing. Nobody going to fool us. If this government is serious to fight drugs, where are the fresh group of people? Where are the people whose hands were directly in the cookies jar? Where are they? Where are they? Then for you to say, oh, the person say they gave the person money, they gave them money. But if you heard them saying that Joel Howard Taylor agreed that we will bring drugs in the country, like drug or government, CDC government will be connected to drugs cartel, where are the evidence? And you are all around there on Facebook. Whoa, and they are pushing the propaganda. Let me say to you, United Party folks are pushing the evil propaganda and thinking that is what they will do for Joe Baka to be president again. No, Baka is not in the picture for the presidency anymore. The United Party have failed. You know why? Because they are unable to be sincere. They are not sincere. Why do you think the Rwanda president, President Kagame is serious about this? Why do you think President Mahama, why is he raising issue? Why do you think President Ouattara is concerned? Why are these regional leaders, why are they raising the red flag that Joseph Baka government, the manner and form in which they treated Madam Taylor, it is wrong. That is not how to deal with the issues. Why do you think these regional leaders are raising the issue? What are they telling Joe Baka? Because they invested in this country. Their soldiers came and died. Their citizens came and died. They know what Liberia went through for 14 years. They know what brought the war. As the result, it is Ghana. It is this country, Rwanda, Ivory Coast, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Nigeria. That is where we want to go. You think what is happening is a good sound? It is not a sign of a fight against drugs. No, it is a sign of fight for already division to create chaotic situation in the country. And that is what the United Party folks are doing. The ECOWAS leaders know exactly that these actions are tantamount to chaos. It's not taken. They are aware. All the big bluff that Joe Baka doing here, well, who is he depending on? Who is he depending on? America? Joe Baka depending on that you're doing all these kind of things to make the country look so noisy, the country divided, the noise around, people are not doing the best thing. President Baka, if Joel Howard Taylor spirit cannot be breaking for all those years, our president, you can never break down the spirit of Joel Howard Taylor. Never. It took her time. The same way you, Joe Baka, you bear your reputation, you bear your character, and today it is time around $10 million horse in Lofa. It is time around lots of things that are happening around you. You can't break the spirit of Madam Taylor. I don't know whoever in your government think we can disgrace Joe Baka. How will you feel? You know, I sometimes wonder whether the papa know that he got family. Whether Joseph Baka know a children in here. Whether he got junior. You think Joseph Baka really aware that he children in this country? Joseph Tuma Baka was president. Is he aware that he worked for Tuma Baka here? They're really aware. And I see them talking, and Mo Ali said, another government, that Joseph Baka told the people to misbehave on Joel Howard Taylor. Joseph Baka is aware. He gave an instruction at the man, disgrace her. Joseph Baka. I'm saying Joel Baka, our president, he gave the instruction for them to disgrace the woman. When not Joe Baka? What kind of disgrace you will give Madam Taylor? What kind of disgrace you will give Madam Taylor, President Baka? What kind of disgrace you and your Patrick, Patrick Shuru, you and your Gregor Como, you and your Ostatue, you and your Mo Ali, you and Kotuma Baka will give Joel Howard Taylor. What kind of disgrace? You can't disgrace her. The thing that Madam Taylor passed through Baka, you didn't pass through it. You and Kotuma Baka, you have gone nowhere. You have done nothing. The pain and agony that this woman went through for all the years, and she stayed here and she stood tall, that you Baka will break it. That you President Baka will break that woman down. Listen, you know, I'm not a follower of Costa, but that recommendation that Costa made, I dare President Baka to do it. That whatever trial they want to do, let it do it in open camera. Let the press people be in the courthouse. Let it be on camera. So that the government can produce or evidence. They got nothing to produce. They are around the place faking things. They are gathering lies. You know, United Party is a government of lies. They are the manufacturer. They are the inventor. They are the producer. They are the distributor. They are the consumer of lies in the country. And so they know how to maneuver lies. They know it. They know it. Madam Taylor will always be strong. If Joe Baka is sincere, you take the woman to the court. Look, this government has nothing to produce. All that they do on social media are bluff. They just been bluff pompous. The United Party folks are very mysterious group of people. It is Joe Baka who said they must disgrace the woman. The United Party. Nobody can lie and say the law is the one law is the law. That the people that the nonsense I like to hear from them. One law is the law. The law is the law, and people who committed crime against the law, they go with impunity. Is that the law? So the law is only the law when they are CDC people, when they are former CDC officials. That's when the law is the law. But when I Joseph Baka people, when I children, when I grandchildren, a foster children, all the other children, a community children, then the law is not the law. So are they serious? They're not serious. They're not serious. You think the ordinary old man are asking the question? But did the government care Joel Howard Taylor with drugs in your car, in your horse? No. But why they from in front of the woman convoy? That is an attempted assassination. That is an attempted assassination on the life of Madam Taylor. That is an attempted assassination. Because how can an immediate former vice president go in her convoy heading for the airport, and then you just see a police car cross in front of it? Then they show their gun in firing position. What's wrong with these people? What is going over these guys? Are they thinking that United Party will be in power all through? Are they forgetting to know that this country is Liberia? That they're so drunk with power that they are doing what they're doing? You think you got monopoly over trouble? No. No. The very guns that you carry, you know the only man that can fire a gun in this country. There are hundreds of thousands of young people that know how to fire the 106, the Beretta, the AK-47, the M203, the M60. There are many of them who know how to control the mortar, the 40-barrel missiles, the M60, you name them. And so you can't tell, you can't scare the day man. It's impossible. You can't scare Wobo. Never. You can't scare the day man. Don't do it. Don't do it to Wobo get to each other. You can't scare her. Never. So the United Party folks are not sincere to the discourse. Okay, the law is the law. So the law is the law when the Joseph Baka people? No. When the opposition people, then the law is the law. When the Joseph Baka people, the law is not the law. Look at their interpretation. Look at their interpretation. They meant to this. They want, let me tell you, Joel Howard Taylor is a woman of strong spirit. Let me tell you, you don't know her story. You don't know what this woman have gone through in this country. You don't know the pain and agony she went through. If that all those years she couldn't, her spirit was not broken down, her spirit was not broken, her spirit was not damaged, it was not scattered. That under Joseph Human Bwaka, who Madam Taylor took over as vice president, kept his 30+ people in your office and did due diligence. And Joseph Bwaka people left in Joel Howard Taylor office. They got paid. None of them were dismissed. That Joseph Bwaka today will sit down and allow his security to go there and intimidate Madam Taylor and belittle her. This, you think what made the Ghanaian president then concerned? That is not how to do it. That is not the best way to have done it. Look at Paul Gigali, Paul Gigami from Rwanda. Look at the men talking about us. Say they are not happy the way the government, you know, doing it. Then they're telling the people, say the Americans are involved. So they think more than us. Oh, the Americans are involved. Got a Joel Howard Taylor. The Americans are involved now. Oh, but when Biago then knew what nation, they got pick up, they got gift. So you said Joel Howard Taylor received gift. What is the gift? What gave the gift to Madam Taylor? Who gave her the gift? When did you see Madam Taylor go to meet the cartel? That somebody came and delivered gift to Madam Taylor. She run a foundation. She run an institution that has the ability to go out and lobby. Biago gave me a picture of the person that get Biago pick up. All those evidence were provided. What happened to Biago? When you say you remove Biago, you remove Biago, Biago go who is a free man. And you're talking about Madam Joel Howard Taylor. Where are the evidence you passing all around you? You're just causing us. Oh, they gave 133,000. The cartel said they gave 939,000. They gave 300 million. In fact, they gave 500,000 for CDC. They gave 300,000 for MPP. All the lies. Just because Joseph Bwaka wants to belittle Joel Howard Taylor. Just because the Bwakas want to disgrace Madam Taylor. Listen to me. What more disgrace you can give Madam Taylor, Bwaka? What more disgrace you can give Madam Taylor, Gregory? Sweet, but it's like two kina equate to capsa. What more disgrace, Joseph Bwaka, you can give to Taylor? What disgrace, Kotuma Bwaka? What kind of disgrace over you can give to Joel? When Joel was going through a struggle of pain and agony, where were you, Kotuma Bwaka? Where were you, Oma? You were selling Kala. You were selling Polo. Where were you? The pain that this woman went through, the difficult times that Joel went through, you think that Joseph Bwaka will break her spirit down? You think that there's your bugo charges? There's your political witch hunt? There's your evil wickedness? You think that what will break Taylor? No, Madam Taylor is stronger than that thing you're talking about. Oh, she's strong. She's strong. So bugo. So fake. You know the party came on lies now. They are crafted. They know how to pull lies together. You know the party? They got it. They passing around on Facebook. Pierre picking a trash can. You post the story. Then you say the Americans are involved. Are you telling me we was bringing you? I played the story about we are here. You were all around the place running when I played this about we are doing the campaign when you was telling. When he was telling you,
well, you are not there in the 12 years when they say that the director of NSA collect all the drugs there and kept it. That today they want to say how government brought drugs. They talk about just the other day they talk about 100 million worth of drugs that came to Liberia. Liberian people in a simple English. When that drugs, we heard that it came. The first thing I did as a president of the Republic of Liberia, I made sure that I asked the team. Found out if it was true. Yes, it was true.
So yeah, we are saying when that $100 million drugs came about, he decided to do due diligence. Not because he's a president, he told me, yes, man, I will do due diligence to the process. It's not because I'm the administrator. But let me ask you a thing. If it was a family that drove the blood, that's what he did in your hearing. That's what he said, yeah.
It was true. Yes, it was true.
Yes, it was true.
When the confiscated the drugs, and I'm talking it, they said, Megan, talk about, I got to talk it. Because nobody going to label us that we don't want to bring drugs in the country. The security got the drugs. They want to keep it for 24 hours to get to me. And luckily for me, I was on the phone with the defense minister. And I said to him, if you get the drugs, you'll go burn it the next day.
If you get the drugs, you'll go burn it the next day. Did Braga was like this? You saw when we was burning the drugs. You saw dignitaries, eh? But listen to Weah. As compared to United Party, Joseph Bakat and their cocaine. Listen to Weah.
I involved the American embassy.
I involved the American embassy. First, when we heard about the drugs, he did due diligence. He asked him things. It was established. He said, yeah, it is true. Luckily, he was on the line with the defense minister, and he said, that boy up Brennan. They said they wanted 24 hours. The man said, you're burning drugs the next day. Not burning the drugs in the absence of the international community. He got the U.S. embassy informed. That's why he said it.
I involved the American embassy.
All our international partners. And you saw it.
To the barracks. The journalists here, they know it's on record. They get video for it. But you know, people have to be honest. Some people are not honest.
Some people are not honest.
When they talk about drugs, they get it on videos. When they burn that drugs in the barracks. So how we allow drugs to come to our country? When I was young in Gibraltar, in the ghetto, anybody that in my generation know 10-10 used to come in our era.
10-10.
Is today what 10-10 coming? You had government before. So we know that the drugs issue is our own family that bringing the drugs. So we're doing everything to make sure everybody brings drugs. The immigration working every day. And our responsibility for all of us to do that well. And we're doing very well. We're doing very well in confiscating the drugs that come in to our society. It's an everyday business. And we're doing our best. We have record. So don't let them fool you. Talk about job, we had to bring push.
Yeah, listen. When you say they involved in job, we hadn't know about the thing.
So don't let them fool you.
Don't let them fool you.
Job, we had to bring push. I'm not a push smoker. You understand? I don't even know the call push. My whole life, I know that tabella. And you ask me.
So guess look, I don't know about push. I don't know about Kush. I don't know about Tabella. I don't know about Kush. But when we confiscated the drugs, we asked them to verify it. We called it we told the US embassy, we called our international party of money. And I hear some of the United Party folks, if Manatela will be connected, then what happened to a boss? Dawia is connected also. Many of you are sick. Many of you, the United Party folks that think that way, something wrong with your medulla. Something is not right with your medulla. The United Party people just want to prove something. It is on their instruction, on Joseph Baga instruction that they should arrest Madam Taylor. President Baga is aware. He approves it. He don't want to endorse it. Don't arrest her. Because that office is a secret office. And the only person that should protect that office is the presidency. Even if you want to indict Madam Taylor and you say you got information, you got evidences to prove that she's involved, how is she involved into your cocaine? The 190 million, somewhat million, 90 million cocaine again that Madam Taylor, the 317 or 70 million dollars that Madam Taylor, you want to tell it. What happened to all those names that came out? That you, President Baga, you suspended people, you dismissed people, then you allow them to go with impunity, and you say the law is not the law for them because they are your people, they can go scot-free. But so you have smarty and Madam Taylor, you wake up, Gregory, you're going to disgrace her. If he says I'm a fire her, your security, how can you authorize the security, knowing the fact that the immediate vice president has a security detail? And that's why one of the guys called and said, George Weah should even take all of the EPS from around him. Because if EPS can be with Madam Taylor And Joseph Bagane get instruction, they go there, graduate, they send people, and they know the vice president in your car, in the convoy, and you put the arm to the woman. That's tantamount to assassination attempt. So it's almost that you will put somebody behind where as an immediate former president, and you have an EPS detail with him, they can penetrate anytime, do anything to we are. Because if Madam Taylor could not be protected that morning, what happened to the EPS detail report around where? It's a clear indication. It is a clear indication that these EPF report around these former leaders, they are not secure. They can be penetrated, they can be bulldozed, they can be marginalized, they can be intimidated. So it is a threat, not only to Joe, it is a threat to George Weah's security details of the EPS. Joe Baka will not tell me. No. That all the people go do their own thing, that unity party. Let disgrace her. You hear what a disgrace, Madam Taylor? You Mo Ali, that your failure looking at Bino. You able to disgrace Madam Taylor? You able? You can't disgrace her. What that woman have gone through in this country, none of you, not Joe Baka have gone through it. You can't break her spirit. Oh no, she's strong. Joe is strong. She will walk out of that whole nonsense of a fake line from the United Party with free of time, with no money given to you. She will walk free as a free woman. You know why? When you are congealed, come with her. You are safe. And that's what I was saying to somebody. I never was telling me, say, see, but yeah, you think we are safe? I say, hi, say, ah. But if the people can send security, they say people get security to Joe Howard Taylor. They send security to go Joe Howard Taylor, crossing for a car. They security with Madam Taylor. They got them pointing gun, they want to do something. You think Joe, we are on security the same way here? You think they say? Anybody can bulldoze these securities to cause harm to those former leaders. The life of Joe Howard Taylor was under threat. It was under threat, and that was on the instruction of Joe Baka. It was under threat. The life of Taylor, let me tell you, anything happened at Joe Baka will put it on. Will not put on nobody. Joseph Baka is bigger than Gregory Como. Baka will not say that, but Gregory will go look at an immediate past vice president and pull security and people and pointing guns to the woman car. And Baka in the no and nothing. No. After 2 and they all know about it. Because they want to disrespect that office. The very office that they want to protect. They want to disrespect that sacred office. And somebody think they can break the spirit of Madam Taylor? No. Those things are evidence. And they're not the same thing they put talking about your people. They just say no. They want evidence. All the one Martin calling them, they put it on Facebook. And I said Allah. All by the cheap. And Allah. And Allah. No. The manner and form in which these people show to. Let me tell you. And what that guy said. And I know George Weah is also observing it. It will not happen in the US. That was a total disrespect. That is a threat to even Weah security. For its EPS detail with the former vice president to be overrun. To be overrun by the other security. In total disrespect to that detail. Hearing the siren sound, cross a vehicle and putting their weapon directly to the vehicle that carrying the immediate former vice president. It's a threat. That means the security details said to Weah and some by Joseph Baka, they are not trusted. The Unity Party folks are not serious. You think the people of Brown County are not watching? They are watching. Everything, Joseph, everything, this woman have done something, carry her now. And you carry her to jail, you're happy. Oh, we jail. The law is the law. We set record. We jail her. The law is the law. The paper ready. The paper JKK. JMB and JKK all the way. The paper ready. The law is the law. That many of you in this life. That's why you see God beat many of you the way he beats you people. Many of you, you are on a reasonable soul. Many of you go to church. Many of you go to the mosques. But are you a true representative of your institutions? No, because you're not sincere to yourself. Oh, the law is the law because of Joe Howard Taylor. Put it in your shoes. Put it in your shoes. Put it in your shoes. In your institutions. In your auxiliary. In your fraternity. Put it in your shoes, Liberian. I've always loved people to put it in their shoes. If you were in the shoe of Madam Joy Howard Taylor, and they weren't doing such a thing, how do you feel? Somebody telling me the paper don't do about it. When I put on the paper that Joseph Barker instruction that they might belittle Madam Taylor that way. No one's instruction after 2 years away. You think Gregory will take you the lateral decision? Before Gregory institute any action, he builds consensus. He plays calls to his immediate bosses, to the justice minister. The justice minister will call the advisor on security. We call the paper and say they want to arrest the former president. Papi, what you say? Yeah, go tell the woman. Let it carry on. She know about it. Let it carry on. Joseph Barker can get respect for that very office he's sitting. Joseph Barker, they may not even respect the very presidency. That woman, he doesn't respect it. Because how can you sit down there and you're looking at that woman with reputable character? The woman looks so that Greece there, you Joseph Barker, you went there without your crocodile tear, pretending you go there, you go alley, you go simple time. You and your way, you go there with your crocodile faces. Only to pretend. You're gonna pretend the Papa can identify with Madam Taylor. That unity, that not what unity, Joe. Somebody say, but boss here, the woman is involved. How is she involved? How is she involved? You, President Barker, you sitting down there, you damn the poor point gun to the woman. When Joe have come out of the car, we know what's going to happen to her. But this time it might be a different story. You see, it's a threat even on we as security detail. The very EPF of Joe Barker around George, they need to be careful with them. But you could hear the other EPF guy say, oh man, we are going to the hall. I don't know whether that security guy or that my own private driver. But if the very security detail of Madam Taylor, they were in the know that another group of security were coming. Who told them the routes of the former vice president? Who told them the routes you were taking? If they were not told, if they didn't get the information that, oh, we're taking the other route, we're using the other side, and the guys will cross their vehicle, no respect for the presidency, no respect for Madam Taylor, because Joseph Barker wants to prove a point. Barker wants to prove a point. Until now, Barker can tell us who gave the money to buy the $10 million home in Lofa. That whole project with impunity. They lied today, they lied yesterday, they're lying for tomorrow, they will lie forever. Nobody knows who put that project over there. Joseph Barker saying in the know. And you say they didn't tell her to do anything. Took our country money to go play for Joseph Barker. And our people are happy. I see some of you. Yeah. JFB, the paper working. The paper working. The paper working. The paper working. Because the law is the law now. The opposition people now. Madam Taylor is not just from the opposition. Madam Taylor is not just the immediate past vice president. Madam Taylor is the political leader of the former ruling National Patriotic Party, the NPP. So Madam Taylor is not just an ordinary woman. She's from a grand political party that is still rooted and grounded in this country. They are here. You think NPP not here? NPP here. The chairman emeritus, Chief Cyril Allen, is here. Senator Johnson, the official spokesman for the Taylor family, he's still here. I saw somebody want to tell Bamuna turn into a blah blah blah. Oh my God! All these NPP people at Bamuna, these people been around Taylor. You can't tell them to these things. And listen, this woman that you say you're disgracing, Barker, you are doing it to disgrace yourself. That's why I keep wondering if Joseph Barker know your children here. Joseph Barker know you get grandchildren. Joseph Barker really know that you work here. Kotuma Barker, she really knows she got family in this country. She really aware. You know, these are the people that pretend. Whatever happening to Joseph Barker is a result of Kotuma Barker and Joseph Barker agreeing that they must go to her. Why are they doing it? They're not happy for Joel Howard Taylor to go to that thing in Bond County. They're not happy. They're not happy that Joel Howard Taylor will go say that thing and she said in Bond County. I was having the video yet. I don't know what I place it, but they are not happy. They are not happy. And some of you, you know, I love some of the United Party folks that are honest. I was on the vehicle coming the other day. I was listening to my old radio station, D15 radio. A guy was on the show, and then a guy called, a United Party, strong guy called, the guy said, I am a strong supporter of the United Party. I can't move from behind them. But the manner and form in which they went about arresting Madam Taylor, it shows no respect. It shows no respect to the presidency. It shows no dignity to that sacred office. That is the presidency. We should preserve that office. It is a sacred office. Why would Joe Baka sit there and Baka allow that office to be desecrated under his approval, with his endorsement, with his acquiescence? A sacred office that should be protected. Oh, sir. But the woman in drugs, they caught drugs in your car. So when you can when you're finished eating cocodoloco, you get to just dollar. When you're eating $3 of the just dollar and you're more sharp, the paper boy. Some of you can get 4 The woman, the woman, after one picking last night, argue with me. I can argue with any ordinary people. When I know they won't bring insult, I move from there. So I know they won't bring man cussing, I move because I get patient because I bought somebody that team will come in the coat. So I just, I just move. I could the boss. So I can just walk away. I can just walk. Because if I can't stand there and scratch you or I wear you, something will just happen and the police get involved. So I know that you won't bring that to Zimbabwe. Mention there, I say, boss, you Jimo. I just join the other side, go home and get my little bagger. Because I don't know how to do the discussion. So you tell let's be the next thing that man call park or my man down my park. Nobody come in and bury my man in grave. Nobody will make my man wake up. No. Look, let me tell you. If you want between mother, Joseph Baka, that one disgrace Joe Howard Taylor. And what I can say to Joe Baka and his wife, you can never break that woman's spirit. Just start wasting your time. You can break that woman's spirit. You can break that woman's spirit. You think all the things you're doing, you think they're like bring people down with you? The people know that you're just witch hunting the other people. The ordinary old man, the old man who can say color, the old man who can go to Seti brother for arrest, they are aware that Joseph Baka is not running the country well. They know that Baka have divided the nation. Look at what you play. Look at the thing that happening because they put in bunker, they complaining. But even if the woman do something that had to do it, if they say the woman is involved, where the evidence, the case drugs in your car, no. Why would the Ghanaian president be raising the issue? Why would Paul Kagame be talking about from Rwanda? Why would Ouattara be talking about from Cote d'Ivoire? These leaders are saying, no, that is not how to treat an immediate vice president. It's that woman. That is not how to do it. Why do you think these people? Because they are value to the presidency. They know how sacred is that office. They know. Mahama know how sacred. He will not do it to a former vice president. No. But because President Baka comes with this grudge, he comes with that heart of paying debt, he comes back with a heart of not showing an attitude of gratitude. It is because God allowed other people to help him to live. He refused to be a blessing to people. Some people go to him, that small time for me in a trouble. People talk about school fee, they say people school fee. So you talk about people helping, Baka get problem. Nobody you want help. When you sharing the money, nobody know. When you want for the money, nobody want. Why you supposed to eat with either you leave that thing here? But nobody should be celebrating that, yeah, the law is the law. The law is not the law. Nobody should be celebrating around here. You never party folks. Don't be celebrating because the law is not the law. They said let justice be done to all men. They didn't say let justice be done to one group of people. Where is the justice? Where is the justice? What is that thing written on the Supreme Court? Let justice be done to all men. There is no justice under Joseph Baka because Baka is involved into selective justice. He protecting his people and witch hunting the other people. He protecting his people and witch hunting the other people. He saving his people and want to kill the other people. He grabbing his people and want to bury the other people. Then Kotuma Baka is saying now whether she carry up because she make herself or face beat. Everything is saying now the first lady of the country. That is the best teller. Man, Kotuma Baka, the level that the Joe Howard Taylor, you can't break her spirit. Let me tell you today. You can't break that woman's spirit. Leave it. You and your husband can't break it. Because everything that Greg doing that, you, Joseph Baka, and your wife agree. That is why they're doing it. Don't look at the media by president go for you point gun to the woman's car. What kind of problem here, so? Lord, Joseph Baka will be flogged politically. If Joseph Baka put a hand in the 2029 election, he will be brutalized politically. He will be blooded politically. I'm telling you. Look, elaborate potaya. The reason why you see a police beating people, John police and fighting open, they will check out and busting, everybody tired with that noise. Nobody wants fresh. They let them when they let Bapaya, they let dry red eating. They want either they and their children. But nobody like the actions of Joe Baka. The Liberian people tired with him. They know that Joe Baka have gone off track record. They know they will throw you the corner away. There is a group of people. So you hire Edwin Snow. So you talk against United Party, they go after you. When you talk against you in one of the relative hall, they will get you things. United Party carry the politics even in house rent. You in one of your family house and you create a car, that no take cameo. That no take so. The one me I want to go live somewhere I can ask that the men are getting what are UP men. I want to be talking really, you can hear my voice for a real give me notice. They're very good at that. Many of them will get you notice. Many of them think of them or una party not even existing. So you talk they won't get you notice. That is hard. They're not tolerant. Liberians, let me tell you, Joseph Baka politics and politics will not help them. United Party is going down. United Party is going down. There is nothing that they can do to come out. Whether they go after everybody of the CDC, they can never break CDC. That won't be a real Joe Baka. Don't think how much it takes politically. With all the money around Joe Baka, he can never break CDC down. Let Joseph Baka lead that thing. Madam Taylor, Madam Joel Howard Taylor, the woman that have gone through it all, the woman that have gone through it all, that the woman spirit Joe Baka and the website they won't break down, and you can disgrace her. And you say, send a J, a glorious car, who a J. Look at the mindset of some of the United Party people. So we are J, glorious car, but glorious car, the J. Where the kids go? And your kids, Joseph Baka poor also, because Baka like to support bad things. He like to sponsor bad things. So when the children have a scholarship money, he's there. The Liberian people are begging. Now when I brought my bread, the way they push, they say, follow me. It was better I just saying, they said, you know what, give? Oh, you won't get you mean. The woman to me. FPFP, the paper working, the JMB and JKK, they on top of the issue, the paper will raid the country of drugs. I just look at some of them and laugh. I say, these are the people, you know, they don't even appreciate God. That kind of people, soon God start blessing that neighbor children, they go in room, they start crying. They go into medicine men to kill people because of their blessings. These are the people, they don't celebrate good things. Lord, let me tell you, Liberians. If the regional leaders are concerned about the manner and form in which Joseph Baka is governing this country and he's running the presidency, they are disappointed. They have a serious negative impact on Africa, on democracy. Amen. So tomorrow, when Joseph Baka, the way they were flocking in 2029, and he packed a clothes and go sit down to fire, and Jeremiah couldn't go sit down because he went sit down, and Jeremiah couldn't walk in and grab the trouser and tie him and belittle him. Do you know what? You know the kind of precedent you're setting in this country? I see Mo Ali, he probably get nothing to do. All day he lying and riot, how we get carbon water? No carbon water, so dirty water our people drinking. But they know how to fool Joe Baka. And those United Party folks who can reason, they said no. This is not how to treat an immediate vice president. No. No. The vest. Amakonetor, the vest. Kabina Janitor, the vest. Musa Beletor, the vest. Yeke Kolubator, the vest. They go after anybody that will criticize them. But what I can say to every Liberians, all of these accusations that's been Madam Taylor, it is a political witch hunt. It is a scare tactics of the United Party. United Party, no matter what they do, they will be brutalized, they will be vandalized, they will be marginalized, they will be flogged, they will be beaten, they will be whipped politically come 2029. So they are trying to maneuver their way through by coming with fake charges, fake information to intimidate the opposition, to scare the ordinary people. But Allah, whether you like it, you don't like it, United Party, you will be kicked out. You will be kicked out. Look, if United Party can win election in this country again, you will not see them. But the guys know that they are finished. They are finished. Look, who told you the world don't know Joel? Look at these people. You can know how wicked they are. United Party, I want to play everything that chakra. The little money that they were using and passing around, cocaine money, every alarm blow. Everybody get a man. So you can hear about small project. All the smaller roads they put when you can hear about it again. The one right on the boulevard, you can hear about that road. Because the man coming, alarm blow. We say nothing there. Just for $1, just for $1 they get now. Nothing there. So they are, that's why you see Baka will go to the American people. You get small money, you bring the 1,200 people. Baka don't care. United Party don't care. I bet you. If Satan say he get 3,000 people, he won't get Joseph Baka 10 million to bring them abroad. Baka will tell them come. If Satan are in hell. Only he just informed Jerry Lime Pia say, I got 300,000 desperate demons. These are demons that when they appear, they can disappear again. When they appear, your whole money lost. Everything you want will come. Joseph Baka will sign a paper to bring that 300 demons from America. Just for that money, they can do anything. Then Jerry Lime Pia go there with that labiro that Joseph Baka government will not take money. 1,200 people, they bring the wallet so they can put in the police. So they can say that we're people, because that's no criminals they bring in. Some of the men on the airport, they said they will not get them. They got to carry them to handle Equatorial Guinea. I think 3 of them, they said they're not going anywhere. The other guy said, what will come to Labrador for? Labrador get our own problem. They put even eating. I wouldn't know Igu. Listen, the attack on Madam Taylor, it is a deliberate one. It is not about the fight of drugs. It is deliberate. Joe Baka is not happy with Madam Taylor because Madam Taylor is not going his way. Why would the woman go your way? They're going for different political party. Madam Taylor is from the NPP. She's not from the CDC. Madam Taylor she's a political leader for a political party. Let me take your calls here. Let me take pick up the Bob brother phone. You charge it already. You say you charge it. So let's take your calls on 077 22. No. 077 223 9933 0777 980 375. The Lone Star line 086 304497. The WhatsApp line +231 886 304497. Or better still, send me your comment here. I'll read it up. Yeah. Let's take our very first caller. Nana, man, before we. Good morning.
Good
morning. Let's hear you. Morning.
Thank you for the show this morning. It's Stephen Camara, and I call for Maria this morning.
Go ahead, Pigeon.
You know, people who claim to learn books, that they claim that they are the only most educated party was in the Republic of Nigeria. Well, we have so many political parties things that time born or within the existence, but then the former Chewy party or one the party that took for a long time. But this known Bobo that the librarian put in his that he has leashed on our country resources because he left himself alone to come here to go to school and is taking to this small for FOIA. He's not from FOIA. He's a typical terrorist. We saw he gave back to the school that he attended. He recognized his school saying he came to power. Who said he lived on loan? But they talk about moving president. We are for power. We were in writing. Where is our country heading today? In local former vice president, or former first lady, or former senator. Then disgrace for the man in which he disgrace. But forever see that Joseph still today.
Okay.
He's going to weep. His children going to weep. Where his son is the best cartel ever. We saw video. It's got AR video. We are no more babies. This is until our parents were carrying on in a womb. We are being born. We really, his son, Dr. Baka, is the one of the biggest cartel in the country. Including his Joe Baka, receive money from the very cartel to support his campaign. They see Martin calling that, oh, they have to bring in the power today. And then change him. And he's still there lying. He said, is one of the best officers he has seen. Only because Greggy had issue on then the first family, the second family, and they don't want to release him from his position. Go after people. When they said Georgia is there, that day,
okay.
They want to go to the guys, they take it for 7 days.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly. Thank you. Good morning. 1 minute would be good. Are you there? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. Chief, let you.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel and Peter Natumi from Yedavi Junction.
Go ahead, man.
You see, Israel, Togaria, they are 30 they say making phone.
Mm.
The first major case they brought, they were against Samuel Tuwe.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out. So they say trying to find another means to hold on to Tuwe, and that would not work again. We get information that he didn't want to hold on to Nathaniel Magedu. So they say making phone.
Okay, thank you, Chief. 3 there, I'll come to the women line. Good morning. Hello. Are you there? Good morning. Okay, so let me come to the women's side. Good morning.
Good morning, Israel.
Yeah, let's hear you. 1 minute.
Yeah, Israel, thank you so much. You know, just in the time, the police director, every one of them, God will punish every one of them from the day the farmer vice president in a post here for other place to other fight related to senator, all that money. Once the no one on the she won't bring the other thing. But I will not tell her that she won't get fit and look up to go. We will fight for her. We will not get on the street and beg that people will not go on the street because what? We not pay people and for them to get on the show, get on the street so they can fire every one of us. That's what the training is. But God will make them, they will lose the election. Not just everyone else should pray like you should open their heart. After that, they get your heart. And they are happy. But tomorrow, it will be there. So I don't have nothing much to say. The only thing come and protect her and come and protect our country. Everything you pray together, God export the other. That'll be a best.
Okay.
You and your family. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take another person. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, let's hear you. 1 minute. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Here the internet on our side. Oh my God, you calling from all the way, brother. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh, too bad. We can continue. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning to the listening public. The tour bar for the consultant, the more concern la prayer for Chelsea. No, I think I go on a program radio channel. After the music, you can't come up with the picture. Try to lie like a boy. Are you kidding me? Well, it's not. I say that you go and wait for the opposition. You take it away. You start what it is. You take it out. Before you take it out, wait for stand up. Wait for other people. Like what the country to kill. Oh, what for you get? What for you wear? What the king has got? What you would have run you? What you we have to say. Let me tell you, these people are waiting for it. We know they are waiting. They will tell you what is going to do for me. What the people that are here for me? All Kenya, all the other people, what they are here today? Private people, they are passing around. They are not there. They are enjoying the confidence for this summer. They are for that song that they can take money. That way, you have to May and then pay for Tuba. To expect this song. Oh, you know, that's for me. You take it well to that, but can't listen to it. You can't listen to me. And one of them has the power. I mean, you can listen to the radio yet. When you listen to me, they will not step you.
Okay. Thank you so kindly. Thank you so kindly. Talk about it on Kings 88.5. So a few minutes. Let me take this question from the diaspora. Let's do due diligence. Good morning.
That's it. Your brother from North Carolina, Rodney Peabody.
Let's hear you, Rodney.
Are you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I'm really stressed out. Liberians should not forget. Liberians should not forget oh, President, we are, as much as he was doing development, he was giving, these local poor boys jobs. That they will say, oh, he'll feature them, don't come, we don't see them at that. And these guys used to be around. You can get dollars and stuff to you. Now this whole government, they don't see, matter of fact, they don't even car tire. So and the fact is, guys have succeeded in turning the page around. The whole drug thing was hovering around the unit, and there's nowhere they could turn.
Yeah.
So you see how they distributed the whole country by just getting one of the major actor in the oppositions.
Yeah.
To go to jail irresponsibly, taking a bus in the street, taking her to jail, taking her to prison, putting police officers and armed robbers, because somebody didn't armed robbers, putting them around, putting guns on her. It was the master plan of distracting Liberians, talking about Joseph Boakai, Gregor Coleman and his group. All these other people, you know how it is? Did you guys notice this? That they have distracted the whole thing.
Yeah.
What's being from Unity Party to
the opposition. Easy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, we lost Rodney. Thank you. Probably call back. Good morning.
Good morning, you can share from last year.
Yeah, morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is the cheerleading, and I call for the Congress city to be precise, Concord Town opposite Refuge Temple, where the ERPD is taking shape. You know, yesterday I was broken. Yes, I was really, really broken yesterday when I saw Madam Joy Howard Taylor being taken to South Beach. But later on, the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, why should you give up when you don't go on your side? My Joy Howard Taylor is innocent. Those people trying to take our attention from the main cartel in this government, which is which is a main cartel. But over the agree, there's something to call tomorrow. We have something to call tomorrow. Today is their time. But when tomorrow comes, no one wants to say, oh, Joseph Boakai is poor, and then the program is get all of people, because every city are showing in this government, they will repeat Capital 29. And I think before Boakai, you got to wake up. This is the time to rise up. Your daughter has been disgraced. Your daughter's character has been both international and locally. They are talents for character. Or character that you build over the years. Boakai and his hooligans, Boakai and his surrogates are talents for repetition. This is the time to rise up. But I want to send one candidate to this government, and this candidate is this. I see some hooligans, some talent and family whistle will call them, some rescue puppets, roaches, rats, all office when they say that Josh Rat is the next person. Josh Rat is kind of above the law. And you see, you want to arrest Josh Rat. Whatever he is, you can't arrest to arrest him from there. You should know when he comes. And we have to be careful with the security around here. They are not trusted. Because we see him on a Joy Howard Taylor case. Once you get security around, she will be open. Once you appointed her all, before she said, I'm going to my house and consult my lawyers.
Yeah.
Let's do our rest and show. The call that she said will fight for battle. We see people around her being indicted drugs. We see people around her who need one measure by the cartel. We see other officials of government who need this measure. We see radically posting tangible evidence. But the government is playing black eyes to it, and they are wishful citizens. But I want to tell Boakai, even if he spent 20 years in the state, one day he will leave power, and the time will come. For the time, and I'm waiting for choice to go and meet my president on the airport. Have a blessing day, and let God bless our country, Mama Liberia.
Thank you so kindly, Madam Chair Lady. Thank you so kindly. So not sure you can call me immediately. Let's take this. Let me see here. I'll take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chia.
Okay, you're on a salary.
Am I online?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for receiving. You know, Israel, the God that we serve in this country is not sleeping. You will not accuse innocent people and get away with it. These people who came here, they want to tarnish people's reputation, it will not work. Israel, there is a call for all Nigerians who actually mean well, who want to see the drug case being investigated clearly and naturally. After people be brought to book, there's a time now. There's a time now for the opposition community to rally around to make sure that we stand by what is now unfolding. Just 36 minutes ago, Forbes Africa posted a story, is right now training, that the American Congress are expressing concern over our security here being compromised. Just to open for Africa Play right now is there. They are expressing concern about our security being compromised as it relates to this drug case. Something is there. It is about the time. Clinicians who been calling for training up all Librarians who been calling for neutrality or fairness in the case is about the time. I think it's about the time that we get now to the United States Embassy there and make sure that let it Gregor Cuomo step aside. We can't be begging him. Gregor Cuomo, we didn't elect Waka to appoint him to become boss over this president. No, we didn't do that. He's working with Liberian people. If we call for him to step aside, he step aside. No. God is not sleeping.
Definitely.
Washington is following this thing. It is about the time now that we actually stand and make sure that Gregor Cuomo is no.
And it's not so, Ebenezer, I think some of the regional leaders too are concerned, so they also raising this issue with foreign
African leaders who said that they cannot agree. They don't believe that they doubt that Stella is involved in this thing. Can you imagine people who are minding their own business, who have nothing to do with Liberia business, are saying that the Jew they know cannot be involved in this thing? Do you need a rocket scientist to tell you that the kind of way they are trying to concord or play this thing here is even like further on their own self? The president's son admitted that people call him. He admitted. The EPS director said, yeah, the video the people put out is true, it's authentic. Then why they left the president's son, he ran away from this place here? Why didn't they carry him to go and answer the question? He said, I had a very president come on the way, yes, Matthew, we don't want to place here. He admitted that people get 10,000 to his deputy. The deputy, he gave the deputy 2,000. That means to be over the kind of case by this time. Government should be answering question. How should be Matthew ready, right? Pretending as though he did that. Whenever I see that man giving blood interview or all the time, my blood in me body too much. They can get to me too much. They say the rescue is keep the rescue country. Do we need to call rocket to say that we need to be looking at that Marshall Efoya and also relating it to the global drug case? How is there a Marshall Efoya? Nobody know where the money comes from. How can that make sense? And we taking here, we are like the same criminals already are the one investigating people around here. No, thank God that Washington has put her eyes on what is happening here. We will make sure we get back to our country who are not supposed to protect in the country for this war. It will not be a protest, but we need to gather at the United Embassy and make sure that they pay attention to the country. It's very serious.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so kindly. So this is what you just spoke about 4 minutes ago. Washington, D.C., the Panoramic Justice Group has called on the United States Congress to convene a congressional hearing into Liberia's escalating cocaine trafficking crisis, including allegations that elements of the country's security institutions may have been compromised by a transitional criminal organization. The story is there. You go there, you will read it. Maritime routes on scrutiny, go there. U.S. interests at stake, go there. You will read it. Call for a congressional hearing, you will read it. Go there. They are calling on the Americans. They are calling this one. The Panoramic Justice Group is asking an appropriate House committee on subcommittee to convene a hearing and receive the testimony from representatives of the U.S. Department of State, Drugs Enforcement Administration, Department of Justice, FBI, Department of Homeland Security, and Department of the Treasury, as well as regional experts and credible Liberian civil society representative. You see where they're calling from? You see what they said, Liberians? You see what they said? The Panoramic Justice Group is asking an appropriate House committee or subcommittee to convene a hearing and receive, not just convening a hearing, but they should receive from representatives. They need to receive from representatives testimonies from representatives of the U.S. State Department of State, the Drugs Enforcement Administration, the Department of Justice, that the whole America getting involved with, the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and Department of the Treasury. Not only there, then they say as well as regional experts. Regional experts. They will involve other African leaders, other experts from different other African countries, and credible Liberian, credible, not those crooked ones. Not there's your in packet civil society people. They say credible Liberian civil society representative. Not those created gods and desperados. But it say beyond a congressional hearing, the group proposed 3 parallel responses. First, a call for an independent international investigation capable of tracing the drugs, money, businesses, communications, beneficiary ownership, security connections, and chain of command. Those are 3 things I want. Second, it proposed an independent Liberian Citizens Commission to strengthen public confidence and promote institutional accountability. 3, a call for a comprehensive integrated review of Liberia's security sector, including the police. The third issue they proposed, a call for a comprehensive integrity review of Liberia's security sector, including the police, narcotic enforcement, intelligence, immigration, custom, airport, and maritime institution. Where evidence establishes a U.S. connection, the organization said Americans' authority should consider financial investigations, assets tracing, money laundering. Yeah? Me neither one. Let me squeeze your call, yeah? American Prophet. Good morning. Yeah, morning, my dear brother.
Good morning.
Morning
for the show.
Let's hear you.
Yeah. I think the last time I called AB and told him that we are dancing with the devil, and then I wanted to explain in detail, but he cut me off. Israel, listen to me. Where is not willing to dance with the devil, in Joseph Kwaka, so we'll go to jail. I'm praying that you, AB, and other guys are speaking against the government, does not enter the line then too, because that's the government we have. The Papa said you are going to dance with the devil. So if you agree to dance with the devil, you are free. Yeah. See, Gregor Como, the car issue. Look at the car issue that is training. The justice minister, all the ministers will be down now and be in jail. They are bad now concerning the cooking issue. But instead, they want to draw our attention to different things. Manajua is a very nice woman. That woman, she not said drugs. She was senator, she not said drugs. She was our president, because she started selling drugs. Is that you believe it?
Okay.
Man, thank you for the show, man. At the kind that brought found ourselves in now.
Thank you, Chief. Let's put this question. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Morning, Israel.
Morning, Chief. Let's hear you quickly.
Thank you very much. Israel, please, I want to talk to Stroncio. I hope one of these days you will be able to give my number to Stroncio to call me. I really want to talk to him. We, from the concerned like Brent for Justice Angle, want to talk to Stroncio. So, if you are listening to this video, please talk to Israel. Let Israel try to get our number, one of us our number, so we can talk to you. And then to the issue. Israel and Spencer Mohammed and a couple down Coast Ponyo, one town community, a member of concern like Brent for Justice. Look, Israel, I'm yet to understand why Jua is being indicted by this government. Is the government who investigation board can say they authorized the transportation of the drugs from way Bomi to Monserrato? I didn't think that it was President Madam Jua that gave them the authorization to transport the drugs. When they were exporting them to
ever seen the exploitation of that drugs? Were they doing it in the context of Madam Joy Awatera? I don't think that Madam Joy Awatera is still seated for president. I'm here to get a connect on this whole thing that you guys are carrying on. Look, Israel, what I saw yesterday, I think the opposition and us Liberians need to rally and look the information coming from Washington to see the area being deployed. Who never do a business? Where be when we come to 2029 if the opposition is not united? Don't be surprised on the day of election for the guys to destroy EFL around here. These guys are well intentional. What I saw yesterday, I think the opposition community need to forget about this fraternity and come together and speak to one voice. And us like humans, with the information immediately from Washington, this is now the time for us to support. Yes, it will be this for us. Washington, as the saying goes, it is to a wide is quite sufficient. Jojo, I await your call one of these days so we get talk, please. My brother, we need you on board. Thank you very much.
Thank you so kindly. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Israel.
Morning. What say you?
Yeah, this is my working concern like your justice.
Okay.
But Israel, what we are seeing, this is what we're talking in the country. The problem about India is when we go to talk, the other people say about that CDC is only opposition. CDC is not the only opposition. What we are seeing. But as CDC, Unity Party people targeting. That CDC, Unity Party people targeting. Unity Party people started on CDC. They started with our people. And they were able to succeed. Then we are seeing. They break our party headquarters down. And they were able to succeed. Now they after again the former president, although she get her party, but she equal nation with the CDC government. Who next? Oh, wake up! Well, we are seeing the thing looking and let CDC wake up. We have a leader say wake up. They say they will not send out with aid. We send out to death to that CDC they get to death to this or in that issue or everything more. We say everything more. We say politics is not about power or no power they need politics. But for time they come, you have to rise up. They do looking at so the people know that they come to use and they don't job for power. They want to use the system. So hold the way everybody listen drop this me. It's that was our terror. They were president and vice president. So they see the former wake up. We are here. They see a senior so they are young for people. Let people wake up. Let's see wake up.
Okay.
Thank you, my son.
Thank you so kindly. Thank you so well. Good morning.
Good morning, Israel.
Yeah, Chief, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Carter, cover under the street light in Lower Johnsonville, an outstanding member of the Concerned Bureau for Justice. You know, Israel, we are faced with a serious leadership. Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes, serious leadership deficit. Just like Mabwaka cannot govern this particular country. And that's what we told the Liberian people yesterday, but they brought him and imposed him on the Liberian people. If we are not careful, the country, it will disintegrate into a different situation that yet I will not be able to handle. This government and that came to power was hit and a total ignorance when it comes to governance process. We are discussing the 317 million dollars that came into the country under Josiah Mabwaka in 2006. But they are going back. Look at the policy against the former vice president. We're talking about 2021 and 2022. You want to know about that? Our major concern here now is Joseph Mabwaka. We want to know who are those and are people that brought the drugs into the country in 2026. We are not going backward. You can't interpret to create an equilibrium balance between, both the opposition and that of the ruling establishment. You cannot come with that kind of attack and oppressive, against the opposition, and you feel that you continue to live in luxury and enjoy peace. You are doing it at the detriment of the Liberian citizen. So Gogwe Kuma are being implicated. Want for Gogwe Kuma to be investigated. Your son, Jojo Parker, is also implicated. The justice minister is also implicated. Why these guys are not being called? He said that you put it into attack the opposition community. Have you read the past history that makes us to go to the 14 years of civil crisis when Joe was using dictatorial policies against those that he perceived, as a political threat to him? Those were the facts, and you have reintroduced them. You are already old. So those are the epicenter of power, the younger generation. Okay. People need to upgrade your thinking and a mentality and ensure that the rightful thing should be done. We are fully aware, and the Liberian people are fully aware. Our international panel have been declared that the entire government headed by Joseph Imabwaka, they are the drugs cartel. That's why other international media institutions are speaking out. They deny the allegation that is leveled against Madam Joy Howard Taylor. They are telling you that you are violated of human and our constitutional rights. The police authority in Liberia has the power to even stop any Liberian from leaving the country. You did that because of political sentiment and because of political power. Okay. And we are calling for a due process. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so kindly, my brother. Thank you. John Moluba Double writes, Mr. Bwaka is playing with fire. Time coming, every long rope has an end. Edwin Smo Goya writes, I really don't think the Americans are directly involved in pressing in their meeting. Ifanitos, yeah, there, Nina, is your Gadi, right? If anything goes wrong in Liberia, President Bwaka will have to bear the consequences of his decision. Sylvester Krumah writes, since I heard the news about the VP, I just been feeling some kind of way, man. Liberian politics, sad times for some of us. It will be well with the VP by the grace of God. As true that Mataling there, Duan writes, Israel, we are watching the prayers. We, the people of Liberia. If Joseph Bwaka Jr., why he was not arrested, we don't know why their plans. Okay, I didn't get the text message properly. So that's what Coleman said. They can break the VP spirits. Madeline said they feel that they own Liberia, but not so. Bond County people, your CEO. Cecilia Logan writes, Bwaka will not remain in power. His son and all of them who have to do with these drugs will face the law of Liberia. Let me scroll down here quickly. Let me run down and see some of the comments. Yeah. Samson Carey writes, that's all because they feared she wouldn't have said something about it. Maple from Fargo, North Dakota writes, Israel, those evil people of this evil government, they are doing selective justice. Jen Wright, the flocking that is waiting for UP in 2029 is massive. She continued, Joel told them that in 2029, everyone will be running on their records. They don't have records to run on. So they got best and decided to go after her with their lies. Charles Beggar said, we, the good people of this country, will not change the topic on the cocaine trafficking government unity party confused. James Levy writes, boy, yes, you. I'm disappointed in the NPP. They are not really showing love or concerns to Madam former Vice President Taylor. They are just silent on these allegations against Madam Taylor. Why? Jen writes, the Bwaka that promised the Liberian people free health care got people dying at the doorsteps of hospitals because they can pay. Oh, sorry, but I got to read some of these good comments here because they are important to be read on the show as usual. Let me scroll here. Let me come down here and see some of them. See some of them. Yeah. Okay. Let me scroll down and see. But let me scroll to my YouTube side and see some of the comments before we go. Let's see some of the. Can't you hold on? Yeah, I'm supposed to close it up. Can't want to. You won't go without saying something. Okay, let me come to the YouTube yet. Emmanuel T. Morris, how are you? Rita Hurt, she said, good morning, Israel. Okay, she writes there, she said, the LG and his criminals are about to go down. I know the real criminals are about to be brought to book now. Now we know who the woo bamboo coming to devour cola. She continued, and we will be watching the investigation from our domain here in the US because we need to get to the real bottom of the truth of this cocaine business. How can 2022 get to be with 2026 cocaine saga, man? Liberia is an interesting place. My questions are, how can those involved be investigating this case when their hands are in the cookies jar? Well, I will take 3 more calls and I go. I'll take one from you. I hope this is kind, and then I go. Good morning.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Israel already the visual impaired are pushing for the return of President Weah because we lack a leadership right now in the country and problem of concern Liberian for justice. You know, the charges against, we are not even going back now of what they did. The entire war watched that incident that occurred at Congleton Back Road. It was very, very nonsensical because you control the security. You have stopped the former vice president at the airport, and she obeyed. She turned around, came back. So what necessitated the police to barricade the former vice president convoy? It was intended to shut at her. Then they were going to say that she was running away. That was the only intent because, mind you, let me say, I appreciate the EPA guys that were assigned to the former vice president because they played that role. Because, mind you, right now, EPA is higher than the police. So he even noted at some point in time, one of the guys took out an EPA raffle because that is what he's supposed to do. He is protecting his VIP, so the VIP cannot detect on him. If you listen to him on that video, calling one of their boss men, they were asking them whether they are getting involved. He said, no, we are not involved, but we are riding with the lady and we are protecting her. And the woman wanted to get down. So if the guy would allow that woman to get down, the police are going to kill her. I can show you that. Because when they call me, I would tell them, I will show them the video that this is where I get my reliance from to say this. Now we are where we are now. The charges that is leveled against the former vice president of Liberia, it's very, very booked. There is no sense in that because you can be talking about discovery of 19.2, 317 million. Hydrochroma said the previous drug left the country before the discovery of the 19.2 million in 2026. Then you're going back to 2021, 2022. Okay? You are telling us that Malanjura Awatera agreed in the meeting that took place outside of the country in Dubai specifically, and she agreed with the guy that, oh yeah, I agree. You can't in the country, can't do drugs. This is a vice president that has approximately 3 to 4 million budget every year. But during that deal, that she agreed with the cartel to come into the country and import, export, sell drugs, she agreed only to take $135,000 US. That was the only benefit that she wanted from there. But when the cartel were talking to the president's son to allow their goods to return to them, they gave them $2 million just for that incident alone. But during our time, it gave the people the privilege to be able to import their drugs in the country, export it, but yet she only accepted $135,000. You think we're stupid around here? You trying to think so? Then look at the charges. You say Malanjura is importing drugs. She is exporting drugs. She is selling drugs. Yeah, it's good that you are saying it, but will you be able to get the evidence? At what time can you get the evidence where she imported the drug? Can you get the evidence where she exporting drugs and where she is selling the drug? When you arrested her, did you discover any drugs in her vehicle when she was leaving the country? Her house is right there. Her son died from drug 2 months ago. She even complained that she didn't have money, so she could allow her son to go out of the country to go for treatment. But you are telling her that she's selling it, she's exporting it, she's importing it into the country. So you need to prove that. So we are not deterred. Our prayer with our vice president. Because some of us our support towards the vice president is not only because we are citizens and she was our vice president, it's because of her role that she played in some of our life when she was fighting the lady. That is our stay and our prayer with her. And our prayer is for the benefit of our country. Former first lady, former senator of Liberia, former vice president, at this time you're telling me say she is involved with drugs. I doubt it. Like the president of Luanda doubt it. The president of Ghana and Ivory Coast doubt it. I doubt it. I will that. That can ever be possible. But this is a political game. They were playing by this. This is what they want to do. And you will see they will drag that game. But and whatsoever way that they do it, the dividend isn't going to be for the ruling establishment. They're going to go against it. They're going to be in favor of the opposition because you say she is trading drug. Your son is trading drug. Your son is let go. Boladi is let go. The former DA Bob Diago received gave for the cartel. They stay passing around here. The police IG received the same vehicle allegedly a satellite link packages from Leroy. They are still passing around here. So what is happening in the whole drug case is Gregory Kuma protect the first family and the first family protect Gregory Kuma. Until Gregory Kuma and the Justice Media Doctors step aside, we are not going to get anything for them. That's the they are. No, they are not investigating along with Americans. No, Americans are doing their own independent investigation, and they're going to make a report to their bosses, and the result of that going to come from Washington D.C. They are not going to report to Boakai, but the Washington D.C. going to report to Boakai what are their findings and what will be the penalty against the government. So to drop the line, I would say to all citizens, look, don't get weary, don't be discouraged. So early the day, this is the intent of this government. Keep hope alive, keep beating them, keep bringing all of the information that you know that this very government talk about. Pray for Joel that her life will be preserved, that she will be able to come out overcome it. She will not be the first that ever went to jail, and she will not be the last that will be able to come from jail. Our prayer is standing with her. It won't matter, but don't be discouraged because they listen that very soon. They are going to collapse in their very eyes to be deterred and discouraged and start speaking the way some of you are speaking. Keep hope alive. Very soon, liberation is here for your country. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly, Edmund Khan. Two more, and I take one here and one more. Good morning. Yeah.
This is the voice of your common people. My name is P1P Willie, member of the Concern as member of Justice.
Okay, let's hear you quickly.
There is no investigation here. There is no fight against George. That fight against George is just a cliche. No, what is happening here is those human Boakai and the Unity Party don't let competition. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead quickly now.
Yeah, those guys don't want to go to 2029 election. Those guys want to end the election before it begins. What are they doing? They want for sure. Their next target is former President Weah. Don't locate. That is their next target. That is what they are saying around. They don't want any competition. They have done all of the pudding. They have gone to all of the radio stations to do pudding. All of the pudding results show that George Weah is so popular. Instead of conform to continue that even if the election is there today, the next president will be George Weah. So how do we do this? We can't go to election with him. We can't raise election because of the availability of network and internet systems to try the phone. No. So what we will do is to look for a way to stop them from going to election. That is what is starting. I wanted to call and show you something about trust I could not get you. Look to citizens who are saying, and the other people that support so that it is not nobody fight, it's everyone fight. Like you said yesterday about that story about Esther. When I told Esther, no, Esther, that father will not protect you. When his name is married, he will come for every truth. These guys know all of us have been wearing red berets. They will come for all of us, whether you agree to fight today or you sit there and do your own class tomorrow. It's up to you.
Okay.
That is my advice to all citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear brother. Let me this last question. We go. Good morning. Morning. No, I don't say put number. I stay on for me. We can't say put number. Now, when me get your number safe, but on the phone. Hey, Madam Class President, you won't get a problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Class Prefect. Thank you so kindly. Thank you so kindly. Thank you so much. Josephine T. Newton said it was planned. It was planned. Amelia S. Delaney said the real time will come. Waka and his ghetto men will pee. Wow. Yes. That's it. One time is of the essence. Time has caught up about on to this edition of the program. Talk about it on Kings 88.5. Let's say thanks to all of our callers. Thank you for your comment, suggestions, and recommendation. The way forward on how best we can move our country, Mama Liberia. Those of you in Radio Land, thank you for your listening. We'll talk about it. Return tomorrow, same time, same station. Thanks to D3 Radio there in District 3, Sino County, and Buta Radio 102.3 there also in Sino County for relaying the show. My name is Ezra Bowie. I'll see you. I'll catch you tomorrow. God's willing. Bye-bye. Mañana se va a